Alright, second video I'm going to be doing on Into the Infinityverse. Yeah, Jason and I are still working on it. I usually do these videos just to, I know I've done, versions of this video before, but it life does get in the way of writing these, so I sometimes do these videos to, remind everyone of what everyone's space is in this, in the channel. I mean, in the universe. And today, for this subject, we're going to be, yeah, I'm going to be talking about the slashers. So, slashers. Of course, I'm talking, it's not even close to Halloween. We are far from Halloween, but hey, never hurts to watch a scary movie. Anyway, so, where was I? Oh, yeah. God, I need more sleep, and I need to focus. Anyway, so the slashers in the universe are various. You may be asking, well, what slashers are canon to the Infinityverse? The answer is yes, all of them. Well, there is one that is kind of not allowed. And that was kind of a personal thing. And I guess I'll talk about it right now. It's the Creeper from Jeepers Creepers. The Creeper from Jeepers Creepers is just not going to be in the Infinityverse or even mentioned at all. Because it's a cool character, but it's too connected to Victor Salva, and I think I've said enough on that. So yeah, the Creeper is not going to be part of this universe. Now, everyone else is part of this universe. Every other slasher. Hell, we've all, Jason is really dead set on bringing Johnny from In a Violent Nature into the universe. That was mentioned. And yes, a certain clown is coming from Miles County. We've mentioned him. So a certain Miles County clown is going to make his appearance in the Infinityverse at some point. But the OGs, Freddy, Jason, Michael, for the most part, has been the one who's gotten the most expansion on him. And that's from Jason. I gotta hand it to... all hats off go to Jason, because Jason has... not Jason... Jason... Not the killer Jason, the writer Jason, my friend Jason. Jason has been doing all the stuff with Michael Myers. He's the one who's gotten the most character to him. Second most is Jason Voorhees, who is... Cody wrote that story. I thought it was great. But yeah, and there are other killers out there, and some are locked up in a maximum security prison called Hellsgate, which is this maximum security prison in Dimension X run by the Global Justice Network. Yeah, Global Justice has been working with Bishop from the Krang tribes, from the Utrom tribes of the Krang, because remember, the Ninja Turtles of this canonicity are the are from the 2012 cartoon. That's all the the main canonicity of the Turtles is 2012. So yeah, Bishop and the other Utrom tribe is working with Global Justice and created an interdimensional prison in Dimension X to house some of the worst villains and supervillains in this prison called Hellsgate. The most dangerous of them, Leatherface is locked up there, Victor Crowley is locked up there, and the biggest threat right now, currently as of this recording, is Brandon Breyer, aka Brightburn, who is in the deepest part of it called Cell Block X, which is to hold Omega level threats. So there's our big enemy, there's our big one right there. But Leatherface, Ricky from Silent Night, Deadly Night, he's locked up there. But there are other killers that are free. Like I said, Michael is currently out there. Jason's out there. He broke out. There's also, of course, Johnny, Art, and a few other killers we've mentioned, such as we've dropped hints of other killers out there, like the Strangers, the Devil's Rejects. They're out there. You have the You have the killer from Urban Legends. Of course, there's always a good Ghostface killer out there. There's always another Ghostface out in the wilds, and you have the Candyman myth that is out there. And yes, I've done this video before and I've talked about it before, and I've done fan fiction about it, so it's going to be no surprise when I say this. But yes, Candyman is an ancestor to Randy Cunningham in this universe. Randy and why am I forgetting his name? His the character's real name. Those two characters are connected through bloodlines, and that will be touched on in a future story. Now, there is also another thing I should bring up that the Global Justice Network has put together, and that is a group that is being used to combat and capture or kill these renegade slashers that are out there, being led by... It's a think tank of people who have survived slashers and other killers. Among those is Laurie Strode. You have Sydney from Scream. You have Claire from the Silence of the Lamb movies. Agent Starling. Yeah, Claire Starling. We have several other characters who have survived various killers, and among them is actually a killer himself. The one you would probably say is the one who started it all. And that person is, of course, Norman Bates. Norman Bates, yes, he is part of this think tank, because who better to help catch a killer than a killer himself? So, yeah. Yeah. So, among other things, let's talk about some other things that go on in this universe involving the slashers. Now, it's important to note that everyone knows that these killers existed and may or may not still be out there. Although some, like Freddy, Candyman, and some of the other mythic killers are kind of treated like urban legends. But here's the thing, is that much like how we treat killers in our world, that's how the slashers of the Infinityverse, of Earth Prime Infinityverse, are treated in their continuity. There are various crime podcasts about them. There are stories about... there are even movies, and we kind of were cheeky and did have that Ice Nine Kills does do songs about them, about these killers, and it's kind of seen as in bad taste, but still, it is, we would. I mean, there are songs about Jack the Ripper and Jeffrey Dahmer, so would it really shock anyone if like Jason was real, we'd do songs about him? Sorry about that. Anyway, so like I was saying, there is a lot of people out there who do it's known in like Freddy's kills or Jason's or Michael's. There are like podcasts and videos and true crime episodes about them. Hell, the Stab movies are in canon. Hell, and there are also movies made about the killer. So it's kind of cheeky of saying like, hey, doesn't the actress who looked like Laurie Strode look a lot like Jamie? Does the actress who looks like Jamie Lee Curtis? They look almost identical, right? Like, it's stuff like that. So there have been movies made about them, podcasts, things like so. These killers are known or treated like urban legends at most. But they are out there, and they are dangerous. Now, will they encounter members of the Infinity League, the superhero universe that guards that universe? It's a strong possibility they will, but for right now, they're kind of the monsters that go bump in the night. There's nothing really major about them. They're the things that creep in the dark. And there is going to be a team in the near future who is going to bump back. Not going to say much on that. So, yeah. But the slashers are out there. There's going to be others that will probably show up. I guarantee you that, we already said John Carver's canon in this universe. Also, I am pretty sure the killer in Hard Eyes is going to be canon in the Infinityverse. If that, regardless if that movie's good or not. I can basically guarantee you that killer is going to be there. Also, if you're wondering for like canonicity of what's canon and what's not in the Infinityverse, the Halloween 28, the Blumhouse trilogy is canon to an extent. Halloween Ends is not canon, but Halloween 2018 and Halloween Kills, that's canon. We hated Ends that much that we were like, nah, we gonna change it, and we did. For the Saw movies, Amanda is still around, and there are a few other things. You can ask if what movies are canon and what's not. But yeah, just comment below, let me know, and hope you all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.